All righty, let's see this.
$10. Let's fucking get it.
Yeah.
Also, just have to make sure that work does not call me, so we're definitely going to put that
Right.
on mute. So are you feeling MNQ a little bit more today, or are you trying to see what's going to come in for ES?
It's a good question. Yeah, I could definitely give ES a shot. I could. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of doing absolutely nothing. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're pretty identical today. I do like, so when I'm looking at these, I do like the idea of like, this being some sort of change in state.
Yep.
I do think that's pretty fair. And, you have a 5-minute gap right here. So, like, what is this actually? Let's see. Am I going to be a gunslinger? What is this? 26 points. Oh, yeah. What would this be? Let's see. That's not too bad. Into like right here.
Oh, we're already shooting from the hip. Okay.
Yeah, maybe. $100, $190. I feel like this could work, just based on the idea, like we've seen a lot of overnight moves. So my thought is maybe we just get this move at the open. Maybe
Yeah.
we do have we have the sweep right here. We have the inversion, we have the fair value gap. So possibility it works. But it could just be another one of those whippy days where it just goes,
Everywhere.
overshoots a gap, overshoots a gap.
Yeah.
Kind
of it'll give you like 20 points over the gap, then pull back through it on the next candle. Yeah.
I think we were up like 40 points yesterday on a short, and then it just went back to break even.
Yeah.
Went like 100 points higher than that.
I had an Apex trial account that, because of the intraday drawdown, that got me.
Damn, is that like is that a new account from them? I think I've seen it.
It's like the Wealth Charts account. It's one of their new ones. So it's through a new platform and everything. And to be fair, like it's $25. I'm choosing the $1,500 drawdown one. So it's intraday. And yeah, just got ran back twice, like up 1,300.
Yeah.
And like there's no, unfortunately, like Project X, you have the option, just click auto break even.
Yeah.
And they don't have that on that new platform, which is they would have tried to incorporate, and then they just didn't.
Yeah, Wealth Charts, man.
That's poor
I don't think I've even seen that.
Have you ever used TradeLocker?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely familiar with the platform.
It's similar-ish. It's like a weird cross between that and TradingView.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Still probably better than Trade-O-Vate.
Oh my, anything is better than Trade-O-Vate at this point. I would rather read a ticker tape than trade on Trade-O-Vate.
Yeah, just use my dial-up phone.
Bring out the old Motorola, call into a broker sitting in the pit.
Honestly, that might be a move. That might be a vibe right there. So we're short.
Yep.
We are short, and we're going to see if this is going to either stop us out at the open or just run. Why am I short? Well, because it's Friday. Why not? The idea is I think we can potentially see some downside, at least like one leg, right? My idea is, again, we keep seeing these rallies where I guess, yesterday's New York Open did have some sort of dip, but the idea is I see a lot of higher lows, and I want to see some of them get traded back into, instead of it just being just a trend up higher forever. Yeah. So we'll see. We have about 4.5 minutes.
I'm joining you. I'm short on MNQ because it just went back up into the fair value gap.
I mean, it looks clean to me for sure.
Yeah. Gonna set my.
I will say
take
this though,
profit
I've
prior to
had the least amount of luck with fair value gaps like this year,
that.
or
Yeah.
not even luck, just faith in them. I'm not like super like, oh, this needs to hold. I don't know if it's gonna hold.
It's not. Most of the time, I'm just also going like it's. I've started switching to either we're gonna use VWAP as our main point, and that it's a liquidity sweep. One of the two. Fair value gaps are just like the messenger at this point.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, that is another good point to add. We do have you up right there.
All right,
Good.
cooking.
It looks good.
Yeah,
It's like promising.
I am gonna pull my stop down a little bit from 250 to 115, but we're doing okay.
I'm gonna drag my take profit down to
My take profit I moved to prior day.
I have my take profit at 21,908.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, just something, dude. Just something light.
Yeah, no. Give me the whole bank.
I just feel like I really do feel like there should be like a generational crash today. So I should probably have this at like maybe 20,000 just to be conservative.
I think 18K would be conservative.
Okay.
We've seen that figure is pretty good.
Yeah, I think we'll be good with this. You know, stop seems in a good spot.
Take
we have
profits.
2.5 minutes. Take profit is you can't even find it. It's off the radar.
Holy shit.
So I think we'll be good.
It's like that one guy on your Twitter.
You never know. You know, it's a Trump tweet, and then you're just boom. Now you're up $500,000 on a wick.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
yeah, it looks very, very handsome right here with this.
Yeah,
that's a tricky spot with these fair value gaps. Like it looks good to me. It's below VWAP.
Yeah, that's
not also hold below.
Oh, yeah. Fuck off!
Oh,
you're kidding me.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
No, that's my fault. I moved my stop way too early. I thought I was being slick with it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, after I think Tuesday or something, where I moved my stop and got like top ticked for the day. Yeah, I'm just not gonna move it. I'll move it wider. In fact, I didn't move this up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna wait till open. Then I'm not gonna try to jump back.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. Might just roll. All right, guys. So this is pretty much what we do on a daily basis. Is we just shoot from the hip. That's all you can do.
I'm down $87.
Oh, that's all right. That's like
that's nothing.
That's like one order for one person on DoorDash.
Yeah, that's my Chick-fil-A lunch right there.
Yeah, exactly. A normal $27 meal you could get for $58 or $65 if you're lucky.
Yeah. Well, then you got to tip the guy and.
Oh yeah, they gotta Yeah. You ever go to a burger place and they're like, all right, they have a little iPad you can check out on. They're like, wait, do you want to check out the cashier guy? I'm like, sure, I'll do that. Give them my order. And they're like, at the end, it's like, okay, you can pay right here. You pay, leave a tip. What tip for what? For what?
He gave me the bag, bro.
Tip for? he read he just clicked the buttons on the iPad. I could have done that. It's not like you like, oh my God, hey, how are you? Yeah, it's crazy. And so, yeah, two people, $55 for two burgers.
Oh God!
Just like, all right.
That's like, is that like Five Guys or is that like a?
Yeah, it's kind of like a Five Guys. Well, yeah, Five Guys would be about the same.
Yeah.
I mean, the burgers are good, but like, come on, it's a burger. Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you watching MNQ? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so we're in short. We're gonna test prior day high right now.
Yep.
This will either bounce right here really aggressive, and it's also midnight open right there. So I'm not enjoying that too much just because I keep getting smacked by midnight open as well.
Yeah. That was where my TP would have been from that.
You said you put your TP where?
That's where my TP would have been if I didn't get smacked
Yeah.
out because of my terrible stop management. But
Yeah.
it's got to work through this gap that it created at 928. But opens usually blow through that. I'm just hoping it doesn't start pinging off VWAP and prior day high, and then just keep doing that until 10.
Yeah, that's a good point. ES is kind of strongish. Yeah, ES again. ES and NQ both like to the tick on Midnight Open, just holding it.
Yeah.
Wow, what ugly structure. So this thing might just
Dow Jones ripping.
Oh, okay. So you saw it here first, guys. We had 20 points of profit, and now we're going to get stopped. Yeah, that's the name of the game. I don't know. It looks like it's going to go lower to me, and it's just saying, just kidding. It could just be, a little bit of noise right here. I'm kind of joking around. I'm not too concerned.
Yeah, there's still that 901 gap that it has to either invalidate, and there it goes.
Let's see.
So I think it might hold it.
I would like that very much for us to just hold. So, another pro tip, guys, if you're in a trade, you should do everything you can to not care about it, because then you're less likely to do something like desperate or emotional to try to save it. I'm not going to be like, wait, I need to be in this trade because I think it's going to work so much. It's like, dude, this is probably going to stop me out. So if I start to build that frame, I'm like way more okay with the outcome. There we are.
Dow Jones just ripped a solid 70 points to the upside. Not sure what's going on over there.
Dow's it's always in its own world. So
wrong index this morning.
This thing might just roll over if it can get below prior day high
and close there.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It looks like on the 5.
To be honest, I haven't looked below the 5 today. I saw a 5-minute gap. I said, hey, that looks okay. We'll use that.
Let me take a look at my trading view charts. All my 3,000 indicators. Let's see what we're looking at. Any equal highs and equal lows we should be worried about? No. There's still like it's showing me there's a really small bullish at fair value gap that it keeps playing in on the 5-minute that somehow is holding off this entire downward move.
Yeah.
And it goes back to 1 a.m.
Oh, man. Interesting to say the least. I feel like, these last couple days, I mean, this right here, 47 points? What does this look like on a 1 minute?
Not great.
Yeah, this is something you can easily get chopped up in because you had a strong wick to both sides. Now to the downside twice. Now back to the upside. What are you?
It's got to either invalidate this fair value gap, but even if it does that, it has to show some respect to VWAP. Either it has to close above or it's going to reject.
I mean, I'd prefer that.
I would prefer if it rejected too, but
no, I prefer it just stop me out.
I prefer if I just lost today.
Overall. Yeah. I mean, if you have the choice, why wouldn't you just want to get out of the way?
Yeah. Rip the Band-Aid.
Seriously, just actually let me triple my size so it could stop me out even more.
Okay, so we created some equal highs here inside of that 1 minute fair value gap.
Yeah, really did.
I just don't know if it's gonna on this candle prove me completely wrong and make me look like a fool. It's getting kind of whippy.
Every time it starts to look good, it immediately starts to look bad.
Yeah. Like I want to pull the trigger, but it just keeps popping up like that.
Yeah.
This is the 5-minute. The 5-minute still has a strong fair value gap.
It really does. That's like
To
the
the
only
downside.
thing in the trade.
Yeah,
That
every
the
candle's been
trade.
respecting it, but this was
Yeah.
brutal.
I guess I came in with the right mindset, where it's just like don't care really about how quick it's going to happen because, well, I mean, we've been in this trade for a few minutes, a few candlesticks at least, and it's sideways still.
I just would I would maybe move your take profit to like 17K.
Oh yeah, okay, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. I didn't even think about that, honestly. So basically, what we're aiming for today is we're looking at either a stop at 737, or we're gonna make about $57,000, $56,587.50. That's what we're aiming for.
We're really waiting for that University of Michigan impact statement.
Yeah. You know, I could really just really just change things up. Market structure doesn't have to stay where it's at.
Did it create much of an upper win? It's more of a.
Let's go, Rob.
5.
Rob says speedboat Ricky. Yeah, we got
In the
speedboat
flesh,
in the
brother.
house today. We got speedboat in the house. We're just chopping it up in these choppy waters. So we'll see. I mean, this structure looks ridiculous if you kind of zoom out a bit, even on the 5-minute.
Oh yeah.
It looks like we had all this accumulation, rallied higher. Now this should be the backside, in my opinion. But maybe not. Maybe we just make new high a day. That could also work too.
I mean, like I said before, we're 100 points off from high of day to all-time high. It's I don't want to because I'm still looking at this short opportunity. I don't see a great long yet, unless it inverts this. But
yeah, then it's a really, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, that was the easiest long ever." It's like, well,
just close your eyes, press the button, set your stop to $500, and let it go.
Yeah, whatever. Pretty much. So we'll see. Now it's testing this little change state area. Now it's gonna test my stop in a second, which is good, honestly. You know, just make sure that it's actually there.
Yeah.
You know, just check it on you.
Not the 17.
We'll see. This is pretty much an inverse now.
If it holds above the
nice projection, it's kind of dipped and it just got absorbed. Everything got absorbed so far.
Where's my Fibonacci? I want to see something.
Well, guys, today might be a short stream. Let's see. Watch it just test a stop.
Oh my
God. It's pretty close. It's pretty close, like one tick off. Oh, okay. That's better than nothing. But I don't think it's going to save me. I'm going to be real with you guys. I do not think that's going to save me.
Well, now it's testing V1.
Yeah. I think, well, no, we're above V1 for sure on NQ.
Hold on. My Project X always, unless you zoom out first, it doesn't set your view off. So.
This isn't smoking right now. Not if I move my stop to higher day. Oh my, this is so close to just get it. Okay, got it.
There we go.
That was
just get it out of the way.
You bum. All right, so cool. Now we're out of the trade. We did not hit our take profit at 17,000 today, unfortunately, but we'll see what happens. There was, again, this is like the second time I've seen this week. Nice, real clean short setup, and then it just doesn't work. So, yeah, take from that what you will. But on a positive note, at least we're on a losing streak, which is nice because this is kind of rare for me. I'm going to lose. This is now a third day taking a stop. So
it means the come ups around the corner.
Yeah, or maybe we're about to, double this and give it to the next person. We'll see.
That's what hit me yesterday.
Yeah, let's see. This could actually just be referencing up here.
Yeah, that kind of I guess you call it like a small change in state zone.
All right, we'll try one last time in the same area. I need to put my stop above this, then put my take profit again. I don't know. I don't care. I normally don't like taking the same idea again, but I do think that unfortunately I might just be getting. Yeah, I think I might have just got wicked out by like literally 2 points. I would not be surprised. That's been the tendency of NQ these last couple days. It's just been wanting to look to hurt people, just dig a little deeper, more than it would normally. So
If it closes outside of this 1 minute inversion gap. Oh, come on. Push back down through.
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, these wicks though, like, oh yeah, let's just
Like
dive
what's the
in there.
use? Why are we running back all that way?
Or why even just give me the hope? I'm like, okay, this looks good. This is confirming my bias. I see the play, and it's like, just kidding.
It's like, come on now. That's like a fucking 25-point candle with like I don't know,
Right?
15-point wick.
Yep, gotta love it.
I'm still waiting. I'm gonna give this a few more minutes just to get some clarity here. Maybe wait till 9:45.
Yeah. Data. I mean, I feel like data is probably gonna shake things up. So you're not waiting. This looked really good for about 1 minute after I got in. It looked really good. I was like, damn, I got this. Okay, cool. So it unfortunately, I do believe we'll probably take the second stop, just based on how we kind of form a pivot right here. Now it's like a break and retest of VWAP. Ugh, it looks so despicable. Just looking at it on a 1 minute on my other chart.
Yeah.
VWAP, it just doesn't look good. Yeah, look at this. This wick. Are you kidding me?
Massive.
Pointless. So pointless.
I mean, the 15
15-minute candle is pretty aggressive. That's for sure.
It's very aggressive.
Yeah. But again, it's like, where is it coming from? It's coming from like a sharp rejection.
Yeah.
And this. So to me, it's like, why are we forming all these little ranges, breaking above, dropping below, just to break above again?
Right.
Like
Well, you're going to face resistance to the upside too, because you have either this inversion on the 15 or you have the actual short side fair value gap. So which one is it going to respect, or is it just going to say screw you both?
You would think. But I don't know. It doesn't even seem like these things have much weight on market structure anymore. It's like it'll just slice right through it as if it's not there, or who knows? Maybe the fair value gap at the end of the day was really just the friends we made along the way. The unfair value gaps.
The fair value gap was all of ICTs and coherent ramblings at 1 a.m.
Yeah, we got gaslit, guys.
It worked for 3 years, guys, but we all got gaslit.
Oh, you know what? They probably just changed it. Yeah. They got patched.
Yeah, they said, oh, these retail traders are making too much.
Yep.
Yeah, now it's just going to ping in between these two 1 minute fair value gaps. Sweet.
Yeah, a little flag pattern above you up.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully this will be a quick stream. We'll see. Just bang it out real quick.
Otherwise, we're here till 11.
That'll be money. Yeah. I mean, for me, I think I'll pretty much stick to, it'll either be like one main idea, or if it's like 2 stops, like I'm probably done, because it's like, whatever. It's tough location because the 1 minute structure looks good.
Yeah.
But that's just the 1 minute structure. It's not like the 5 minute. The 5 minute candlestick looks terrible, for a long. Like this long wick right here isn't really, that's not really my favorite long entry. Like I'm not buying long right here, but it's like, I guess the days that I wouldn't buy long are the days that these setups would work.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause
like from a logical perspective, you're fighting through an inversion gap on the low end right here on the 5.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then right above it, you have a bearish, you know, normally respected fair value gap that technically is kind of untested, but like, do we really think it's going to invert an inversion? Well, okay, I guess it's just going to do that on the 1 minute.
yeah. And then not to
But
mention, we're also on like our fifth day higher in a row.
yeah,
Like legitimately, like our fifth day higher. So
we've just
the
been
fact,
walking it.
yeah, the fact that we can't like rotate a little bit lower just yet, this thing's fighting every piece of logic that I have. Like I don't have a logic for buying right here just yet,
Oh yeah,
unless I wanted to buy prior day high, which I guess is fine. But where am I even targeting? Probably right here. Like I don't expect it to really form a new high a day. Can
yeah.
it? Sure. Like it could do whatever it wants, but I have to be systematic.
No, I mean, honestly, if you look at the daily chart, there's that big dip on 18th of December that created like a bearish fair value gap. If we're looking at it, it's been respected the whole time, and now we're finally kind of breaking out of that range.
Yeah, that's true.
But if
Yeah.
we're talking market sentiment, it doesn't give a shit about our feelings or anything apparently, and you have all-time high right there, right next to it.
Yeah, that's like the biggest counter signal is the fact that we are so close to all time highs. However, it's like you know how many times we've been close and then it's just like
And then just
no,
miss.
yeah, it can
Yeah.
take a week to do it. It doesn't have to do it today.
Oh no, I'm
Um,
not expecting it to. I just think it's
yeah,
created a little bit of chop here because it's coming out of
for
that daily
sure,
gap.
for sure.
And I mean, it's a Friday, so it's either we get a TGIF setup,
You would hope.
full blast long or full blast short, or it's just going to end up chopping us up until power hour.
This is probably gonna be just knowing how markets are. This is probably gonna be like a really strong day, just because of how much I've been like, yeah, we probably should roll over at some point this week.
Yeah,
It's probably just gonna go 25,000.
and it's going to be the minute we shut off stream.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep,
100%, 100%. There's no in between.
it'll be that 10:30 silver bullet.
Yeah, 10:34 macro guys. 10:35:30.
Actually, speaking of, what's the 30-second look like just for ha-has? Atrocious. Well, it tells a story. Doesn't give you entry, but it tells a story.
Yeah, it's like I see bullish structure on like the lower time frame for sure. However, it's
The
like
higher time frame does not prove that.
yeah, exactly. I would say so.
Like I'm still waiting for it to create like a higher high point. Man, I'm still kicking myself about moving that stop. That would have been a nice $500.
Yeah, realistically, I probably should have taken something off for failure.
No, you were shooting for $57,000
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
plus.
50, 50, yeah, yeah. Not a
What's
penny
the
less.
consistency target for that?
Uh, not in my lifetime.
Dude, I've got a 100K account that I made 6K on like day 2 or 3. And I'm just
Yeah.
struggling because it's like you have to make 30,000 to make that up. I'm like, shit.
You just gotta do a couple more of those days.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like, I'm pretty sure that was like a CPI day, and I was like, all right, yeah, this is perfect. Catch a 100-point move, made 6K, and then I was like, oh, gotta times that by 5, right?
Yep. You know.
Quest to 30K for a $3,000 payout.
Yeah, I mean if you do 10 minis or something, right?
Yeah, just let it ride the
Okay.
whole day.
So, yeah, that'd be 600. That'd be pretty easy to do with 10 minis.
I'm trying to do the math.
Yeah,
Give me a
6
second.
days gonna be $600 for one contract.
$20 per point. That's about 30
Yeah.
points. That's actually not terrible.
Yeah, it should be easy. You just have to size like a maniac.
I think it's the stop area that I'm fretting on that one. Like just taking a 1K L just hurts emotionally.
True.
Yeah, see, now it's just going to play around in that inversion gap on the 5 minute.
Yep. Well, we have a little less than 10 minutes till data. So
Yeah.
this is what you want to do, guys. You want to find when data is going to happen, and then you want to load up full size.
Yep.
Any account, whatever it is, personal, practice, funded account, and you just want to load it up.
Yeah. No,
And
no,
then
I'm buying
see
50
what
micros on
happens.
this one.
You just want to see what happens.
I'm going to click the buy or sell button 5 times and just pray.
Yeah. I actually put limit orders above and below the market to get stopped on both sides. As data
Can't
happens.
lose if you play both sides.
I put it backwards, so there was no way I could win. So we'll see. We have, but all jokes aside, it's about almost 8 minutes till data. My inclination is to think this goes lower. I do see that obviously it's a big candle and it looks like bullish or whatever. I don't think it holds the significance that some people might want it to, just because it's the open.
Yeah.
That wick is from just the opening volatility. So this can easily form some sort of swing point right here to then feed itself lower. Or it could just, kind of be super resilient today and push higher. So I'll watch it if it does stop me out a little bit longer after. What's up, Drew? How you doing? But again, we're still looking for this short.
Yeah, I definitely want to see some capitulation to the downside here.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, it's got to make sense. At some point, it does.
Like you said, we loaded up during London and Asia, like late Asia London session. Be looking to see that inverse from like that 7:45 to 8:30 range.
Yeah.
I just hope it wasn't that one shot wonder below prior day high.
Yeah.
No, this is what trading's all about. Talking with your boys, not making stupid mistakes.
Yeah, you got to gaslight yourself into thinking it's a good trade. ES is ripping higher, so that's not good for us. ES is very resistant or resilient today.
Hate that.
It's all good. But yeah, they need to the first broker to come out with game chat, dude. Game over. Game over.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Dow Jones is just chugging higher.
Just that boomer mentality.
Dude, they are afraid of nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, and apparently we are over here.
Yeah, NQ is the weakest for sure of the three today.
Yep.
But it's still probably strong enough just to stop me out, just so we're clear.
Is your stop above the fair value gap on the 5?
Yeah, I'll put it right here.
I was gonna say just one tick, the 1 minute area.
Yeah.
A little scary.
I probably had it a little too close unintentionally. It should be above this candlestick's close. That's like the technical stop for it. So I did move it a little bit. Not because I need to be in the trade, just because it's that's the better spot to put it.
Yeah.
If I put it like just above the gap itself, like the colored box, it could get wicked.
Oh,
it
yeah.
could still get wicked here and still work.
Yeah.
But it's like at least I gave it a couple more ticks, because you don't want to get stopped out by like a tick or two or a point or two. It's just bad form, because you could have just had a bigger stop loss and been in the trade.
Right. And that could also be the liquidity sweep point. Like that could be where it goes to farm and then dump lower because it didn't create the higher high.
There you go. Exactly. And you never want to be in that sweep itself. Like, you don't want to be the one getting swept. You want to be the one who does the sweeping.
You don't want to become the. Oh my god! Hold on, more coffee. You don't want to become the liquidity sweep.
Yep.
Oh god.
All right, so we got 5 minutes till data, guys. We are going to stand here or sit here until it happens, right? We'll wait. ES is just ripping, so that's like the biggest counter signal that I'm getting is if we look at ES, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, I really need to know, what is this? What is this? Can someone explain this to me? What are we looking at? That don't make sense to me.
What did it sweep?
we have bull flag, then we have rally, then we have dump, then we have rally to new highs. I'm probably getting stopped right here. I did get a couple more pennies, so that's good.
ES is probably gonna. I mean, dude,
Wow.
that's so much unchecked liquidity.
What a difference between the two. Out of nowhere, too. ES is just like, bye-bye.
Oh, I mean, look at the 5 minute on ES.
Acting like NQ. Can we not?
Okay, so we broke out of the zone.
Yeah, so we're above that inverse for value gap.
Yep.
We get stopped.
Either we're setting up for a reversal at data.
Yes, are you kidding me?
And it's going to get high day.
Insane. What is this? Just for no reason. Just like, yeah, let's just rally it. Like, what?
Like, from where?
That's what I'm saying.
What is the inflection point that it's coming out of?
To me, this just looks random. This looks genuinely random. Okay, so cool. We did get stopped. So we're down $500 on the day. This is a nice way to cap off the week. I came into today. I was like, you know what? Let's have a real calm day. And we've done that. We've effectively taken 2 trades, real simple. But yeah, honestly, I'm at a loss for words for what I just saw ES do. Like off of midnight open, like that's all we're gonna bounce off of today. Very insane. With a day like this, what you got to kind of realize is the reason for these types of rallies isn't even just like a technical one. It could just be the fact that a lot of people are trying to short it like me. You know, that's the logic. It's like go screw yourself, pretty much. Like and those tend to be some of the best longs, is the ones that have a counterparty of shorts that are trapped. So I don't know what the fuck I just saw there. I'm gonna be straight up with you. This looks ridiculous to me. I don't like, even if I wanted to trade ES, wow, you get one fair value gap and it just runs and never pulls back, even on the 1 minute chart. Like, to me, this is just nonsense. You had 3 down candles in 30 minutes, pretty much. Like in this whole rally right here. You had 3 down candles on ES just to sweep out the high.
Can somebody tell us, was there a tweet?
Yeah, that might be a good interpretation of what we saw.
Because the only thing I can think of is I know he mentioned that they papered a trade deal with China, but beyond that.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like now that we're at a technical area, you know, it's the same thing when we're selling off. We'd be at a technical area where we should bounce. We're at a technical area where it makes sense to pull back just a little bit. And we have it's just absorbing just any sort of, you know, downward motion. How you doing, my boy?
Yeah, see, we're looking like if you look at the 1 minute on NQ, like you still have that bearish gap, but I mean, it is willing to just overshoot it.
Yeah, zero willingness to roll, nothing. It had no interest in going lower, which is all good.
I mean, we got 1.5 minutes roughly.
Yeah, so I lied. Let's see, 10 minis. Let's do this.
Yep, full send.
Maybe 12, honestly.
Are you on the 150K or 50 today?
Yeah, I'm on 150 today.
Okay.
You know, or just.
So here it goes.
50K. I could use 30 minis on here.
So we've got, it's trying to overshoot, but it has this kind of change in state zone. So if it closes above here, we're not looking good for shorts, but we're probably
that's a good point. Yeah, right here.
Until it, like, the only thing I would be hoping to see is maybe a reversal off high of day. But at that point, blood's in the water. You just reclaimed high of day.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, we could be making the SMT right here for sure. Yeah, with high of day, that's a possibility. Yeah, very, very interesting action.
Very non-technical.
I mean, in my opinion, I would say that it goes counter to logic because now we have legitimately 5 days higher in a row without any sort of pullback. And these are the conditions where I do bad, where like I like a balanced market. I don't like a market that's just
Rip.
autistic in one direction, and I
Yeah.
need it to pull back, give me some sort of sweep. Don't just like drift higher. It's good for long-term positions, but short-term positioning is just it doesn't work for me. It's not
Yeah,
my
it's like
favorite.
when we had that massive sell-off.
Yeah,
Every
literally.
day was just dump. Close your eyes and press
Yep.
up.
Yep. I need at least a down close candle, because if I go into every market expecting this type of stuff to happen, this might happen 1 out of 15 times. Like, it's not going to happen. It's very uncommon.
Yeah.
So when it does happen, it throws me off, because it's like, this isn't what I'm equipped to trade.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have a fair value gap here.
No. And I would have been, honestly, like, because we had all those stacked up fair value gaps. We had bearish on the 1 minute, inversion on the 1 minute.
768. Well, that's cool, dude. That's cool.
Nice, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I think I could get long there if I wanted. It's just I don't want to. I don't like the location. It just feels very up. Feels
Yeah.
very, very up there.
I mean, from a TA perspective, like, everything was stacked against the long technically. So, like,
Yeah.
you could have replayed the inversion and said, okay, well, it's breaking out of that range, but then you have a
Yes, sir.
15-point box to try and work through. No thanks.
It could. I don't have a problem with the long. Like, obviously once you get to that area, my brain doesn't tell me to short it. I'm like, I can see longs, but it's like, for me, I just don't even really see a lot of structure for me to get in. Yeah, you can use the 5 minute, maybe you see a change of state, you got an inversion. Yeah, it's just tough. It's tough.
Like, it wasn't screaming at me, take the long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like super. I wouldn't be super committed to the long.
Yeah.
That's just how I am right now. Especially after taking 2 losses, it's a little different.
Yeah.
If I had more trades on the day, sure, yeah, go for it. Take it to high a day, easy.
I mean, I'm definitely wary after yesterday. I dumped $1,500, so it is what it is. But, like,
yeah, it happens.
I'm trying to just not take that risky trade, and I was not feeling the love from going long without a cause.
Right. And especially where we're at, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like, how many wicks do we have to the downside? Like, nothing.
None. Absolutely zero.
So that's why
I was looking at Asia last night, and I was like, there's no gap. Like, this is like the 3rd day in a row there hasn't been an opening gap. Like,
they're very flat.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you get your silver bullet here. I see NQ with the 1 minute for value gap now. So these are good signs for longs,
I mean, I'll throw 10 at it. Why not? 10 micros.
Something light.
So maybe we make all-time high today. I don't know, man.
Right? Gotta be close. Gotta be close.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm sitting on hands because I don't want to jeopardize my 3-day losing streak. This is insanely rare for me. So I'm like, let me just take it.
Yeah.
Right? We are pretty close to all-time highs. How close is this?
It's now less than 100 points away.
Okay. Actually, maybe we'll take this. All right, cool. And just move this. It's kind of a big stop. I don't really want to stop that big. Yeah, like Phil. Probably take 5 off somewhere.
Yeah, I might take 5 off at 8.15. That's kind of my halfway point. Might take profits at 8.39, but that's quite a bit away.
Yeah, cool. I've adjusted it a little bit. So I'll use a swing point.
I should try to cover my risk at some point, so maybe I'll take off at 8.12. Take out the loss that I took earlier and then cover everything.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll sell 5 off there. Or it's just going to turn back on me here and dump.
Yeah, I'm debating on taking it off soon. I do like the idea for all-time highs, but that was just a weak push.
Let's see. We're about to open a new 5 minute. I am going to hit the break even, though. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It takes me out.
Get real squirrely with it.
Yeah, I'd rather not increase the losses. I'm okay with getting stopped out and missing the move.
Yeah.
It's Friday,
Steal some free money if we can.
literally. It's just gotta want it. I hope this isn't it creating a top wick.
So this is how you adapt to market conditions. We had our boy Alejandro who was able to get long at 768, which is a good trade. You know, it's hard for anyone who's getting stopped out of a short to be like, yeah, let me just get long 20, 30 seconds later or whatever.
Yeah.
Like right after it. But, you know, if you want to give it a little time to develop, we saw a nice 1 minute signal. Try to get in there. Now we're just, I mean, I'm tearing it apart. I have like a 15-second chart. Found a criteria to get break even, you know, as soon as I saw a little bit of a displacement. So the idea is this is a free trade because of how extended it is. If the market's going to stay out of balance and cool, we can catch the move. However, the probability of this pulling back is insanely high. So do I want a very likely stop loss, or do I want to have the potential for it to maybe just squeeze higher? May on the off chance I'm wrong and it squeezes higher, cool, we make money. Like that's the thought process.
Yeah.
But if I leave the stop somewhere logical, I feel like this thing can pull back. I mean, anywhere feels good. Anywhere. So I feel like anywhere below current price is a good place to get stopped out. But if I'm wrong for some reason, like, you know, it'll keep going higher. Hopefully that makes sense. Even though, like, yes, I'm in a bullish trade, I think it's going to pull back, which is why I don't want risk on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I instantly set the break even. Like, I'm not willing to pull that. Because if it does reverse, it's going to reverse hard.
Yeah, it's not going one tick lower.
No, it's probably going to pull us back to like that 770 mark.
So yeah, hopefully we either way today's a win, you know, down $477. Third day streaming in a row. Yeah, 17 more points for your scale out. That's good. That's good.
I mean, I might pull out 5 here just to cover my, you know, make me break even on the day. Be a little bit of a pansy with it, just play it safe. But
I mean, if you can, might as well. I'm in the spot where I just kind of have to leave it.
yeah,
It makes no difference for me if I make whatever. I took off 5. Yeah, so it's break even. Whatever. I don't really need to be in the trade. I just gave it a shot just for the sake of it.
yeah.
So that's 3 attempts for me. Can it still go higher? Sure. You know, that's the risk of a wick. You know, kind of getting you. It's kind of got to let it do its thing, if you will. But for me, yeah, this is a nice little week. Got some streaming in.
Yeah, it's definitely showing a little bit of weakness here. It really has to break out. Like
It can for
know.
sure. I don't think just because I got stopped, it's a bad trade right now. I still think
no.
So
now it's gonna rip. Cool.
Yeah, that's the wicks are, but it's all good. You know, there's nothing I can do. I don't make it a habit of just buying.
Yeah,
15-minute candles high or 3 5-minute candles higher.
No, there's no reason to jump in like that because that's exactly where you get caught up
for that trade. Yeah. But if it's something you're involved in, you know, by all means take it. So this is a nice little week. 3 losses in a row, 3 losing days in a row. That's actually, I don't even know the last time I've done that this year. So we'll see. How we trade come Monday. We'll be on stream again. Let this play out. See if we hit all-time highs right now. Whatever. Yeah, you're close. 867, 50 points.
Yeah, I'm close to my limit sell 5. So let's see. There it goes. All right, risk is covered. So now I'm going to move to stop profit at 796, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, it just got me. So whatever.
And you know what? I'll be ambitious with that take profit, move it to all-time high, and we'll just see what
I would, for sure. Yeah. That's what I'd be going for.
Yeah, there's no reason not to. That'll put me at like another, what's 742? That'll probably put me at like, what, $900 up on the day? So
yeah.
We'll see.
That's crazy that it got me. Oh, well.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
There she goes.
Yeah, that's gonna. I mean, that stuff needs to start happening technically.
Nope, that checks out. I mean, we're looking at a brand new 5-minute candle, right? So it
Yeah,
had
it
to
did
pull
it
back.
right into the close. How
Yep.
insane! The last 15 seconds of that candle.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do: is hit the lockout button for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Anybody? Yeah, scaled out. Fuck that. Stop loss and profit. This fucking stop losing profit, bro. Your trade's been in profit straight up for like fucking
30
20 minutes.
minutes.
What do you mean in profit? Yeah, like what? After the first 5 minute candle, like, dude, it went straight up, and you're like, let me just leave it at full stop loss. Like, come on, dude, it's in profit. It went vertical, and you're like, I need to maybe give it room to work. It didn't pull back
There's
ever.
zero pullback.
What do you mean? You get like a giant 1 minute candle as soon as you enter, and you're like,
I mean,
I
look,
think I
it
need
didn't
to
even
do
it didn't even pull back into that juicy
it.
1 minute.
Yeah, okay, dude. That
I'm up 215. Like it hit me at I don't know how much it slipped me on that order for that
oh
stop
yeah,
profit. I had it at $60, so I think that might be pretty accurate.
I I don't know. I told you I got that jailbroken account. I get positive slippage.
Positive spreads only.
I'm not even joking. There's been so many times where like I'll get slipped on something and it works in my favor, and I'm like, that's ridiculous.
That is, yeah.
Like on data, I got slipped on data, and it'll give me like a better slip than it should. Like, you know what I mean? It does
Yeah.
it gives me a beneficial slip.
Yeah, like your
Not
TP
all
is
the time
500,
though.
it's giving you 650.
Yeah, it's like, or like, I should be getting stopped out and lose $50, but I actually make 10.
Yep. Because
It's
it
just, and
went
that's just
so
how
hard
the
and
book
pulled
works
up.
sometimes. So yeah, it's happened a handful of times. I've had it sometimes on Top Step even where I'll enter
Yeah.
a trade and my entry price hasn't even been traded to.
Yeah. No, I've had that.
You buy like 680 and it's like at 650. And I'm like, I gotta take this trade off before I get like
Yep.
reported.
Okay, cool. So it dunked on me, and now it's
Yeah,
just gonna
pretty
keep
much.
going. Hit
I
me with
mean, all
that
I did
slam
today was
dunk
kind of stick
maneuver.
to my bias. That's it. And I gave it a shot for the long, but obviously I'm not going to just commit at highs. It's not a comfortable area to get involved.
No, there's like it's kind of like when we were selling into lows. Like, do you
Yeah,
want to just continually hit that button and run that risk? Like, you got to
it's
get chopped
yeah,
out.
it's a difficult thing to balance, but still a good example for what people can see. So yeah, we're killing it, guys. 3 streams in a row, just getting bodied by the market. Not really though. It's just statistically speaking, this is something that is an outlier, and these outlier days or outlier weeks rather are ones where it throws me off guard because I'm going to do something that is going to happen most of the time. And for us to not have any sort of pullback ever this week, I mean, you
Crazy.
will find me 5 days in a row of higher prices. Like legitimately go find it for me because I can't. Well, the daily chart. You get like 3 here with some sideways closes, 3 sideways closes. You get like 3 flattens. Here's maybe 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I don't know which one's like a Monday or whatever. You get some threes. Right here, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But most of the time, it's not going to be 5. Most of the time, it's not going to be 5. And that might be across a week, like a weekend or something, right? But for it to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, especially at the highs, like you get some of that stuff out of that little bank Japan's crisis.
Yeah.
You get some out of that. However, very uncommon, especially at all-time highs. Are you kidding me? So where it gets real sideways. So, that's kind of my thought process. It made sense to me, and that's pretty much it.
What's crazy to me is that like usually when we were in like a full bear or a full bull market,
Uh-huh.
like you'll see it respect every 1 minute fair value gap that you
Yeah,
typically see.
yeah, I agree.
And
I
like it's
agree.
not even running back to lower legs, which is like typically what you'll see, but then it will, it'll displace upwards, but like it's leaving so much untested
Yeah.
that like even on the 5 minute, right? Like it
Yeah.
just
Yeah, yeah.
barely dipped into that top leg. You
Uh,
still have a full lower leg
with
that
no
has
wick on that
not been
candle
seen.
either.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
It's tricky stuff. It's very tricky stuff.
So either
Especially
Monday's going to
all
be a
week,
dump
it's just
session.
kind of been grinding too. Like all week's been grinding higher, and then today you start to get some real explosive moves, and it's just like, okay, well, I guess that's how we'll do Friday for this week.
I mean, if you said TGIF longs at like 743, you were goaded, but it just was not looking tasty right there. Like you had some good upside resistance, but it ignored it.
Yeah, I think if I didn't try the short, like that 5 minute fair value gap, it would probably
Yeah,
would have been easy for me to take the longs right here, just because we did see this kind of flagging. But that's the thing, if you're in a trade and you see the opposite setup happening, you're either going to expect that to fail, like you'll expect that bullish setup to fail, or you just get stopped out. There's
yeah,
not a room for you to be able to be like, oh no, I want to flip biases.
yeah. Once you
Although I
flip
do like
bias,
the
it's
short up
game
here
over.
kind of okay. I kind of like the short up here. I'm gonna lie.
I'll see. It's going to go touch into that 5 minute gap right now again.
Or low day.
Yeah, or limit A, or
I think-
17,000 again.
Yeah, maybe 17,000, honestly.
If I can find something clean on some time frame, maybe I'll try it. But I do kind of like it. I do like how it's topping out. ES is kind of weaker now.
I unfortunately put myself out for 23.
Oh yeah, you lock out. Yeah,
If
This
it
will be my
dumps,
last
it
trade,
dumps
though.
right now. I'm gonna be so mad.
This is my last trade. Something small. I guess there's 100 points of risk. Whatever.
I mean, 15-minute looks good for a stretch downwards, right? Because you got to sweep out like that,
Yeah.
kind of that CSID point.
We'll see.
I like that ES is leading the weakness now.
Yeah,
I've kind of just dug apart onto like a lower time frame, 15-second. Some consecutive market structure shifts to the downside.
Dow Jones is also showing some pretty good weakness. It's trading down back into like a 1 minute fair value gap, but it has some untested liquidity points lower.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe we get team effort. Maybe we do.
It's still early on the 15, obviously. We saw that candle closure we need
Yeah,
to have some sort of inside bar for it to break to the downside. But I do think the 5 is okay. 5 looks like a top.
yeah. And I mean, look at if you look at ES on the 5, like there's just so much untested, displacement there.
Yeah, wow.
It's insane.
ES is all bodies higher.
That's
Like,
crazy.
Yeah, no wicks.
Like you would normally see that on like a good CPI day where they go, we're lowering rates. Like you would just see that jump.
Yeah, for sure. Or like it looks like the 5 minute looks like a 15-second chart, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
So this will be my last official trade. I do not need to be. They call me 003, not 007. I could take 3 losses with no wins. Like I could do that. That's fine. But I'm not doing 7. I'm gonna limit it here. I'm
VWAP's tying
reluctant.
out nicely
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
If you look at the 1 minute, there's like that very bottom leg where VWAP's starting to tie out to, at least on my screen, because I know for whatever reason my Project X doesn't accurately state VWAP until I scroll back a bit. I don't know why.
Unfortunately. It's very unfortunate how that works.
Yeah.
They should fix it.
They really should, because that screwed me over a few times, because then I look at
Yeah.
Trading View and I'm like, wait, why is my Trading View VWAP so
Why is
much lower?
VWAP above my price?
I'm like, oh, look, we swept VWAP, and then it's like, just does nothing. I'm like, what the heck's happening? And I look over at
Yeah.
Trading View, and it's like, VWAP was like 10 points lower, dude.
Yeah, fucking dummy. Like you thought that was VWAP? What's wrong with you?
What is wrong with you, brother?
It's like, have you even been trading today? I mean, I guess
Have
it
you
is
tried
kind of
scrolling out?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Zoom out, buddy. It is kind of an anchored VWAP, but like, that doesn't help me.
Yeah, anchored to like the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, the last 215-second candles.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just toying with that 5-minute gap
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. This could just be a tight pullback for it to rip highs, but for what it's worth, I think I'm okay with taking the shot. I like the idea that we form this sweep of the highs. We have these big pushes that get inverted. So these are like consecutive little order blocks the way I'm seeing it. But the problem is bullish setups can fail. Or I'm sorry, bearish setups can fail if it's bullish.
Yeah. Dow Jones is still kind of leaning bearish. ES is doing its own thing. Big breaker candle on that last 5-minute though.
Yeah. Let's see. I need this to move pretty quickly. Otherwise, it's probably going to stop me. Let's see. Maybe give it to like 12 or something right there. A couple extra bucks. Yeah, this thing's cooked.
Yeah, no, it's just going to retire.
As soon as I get in, then it gives me 10 seconds or like 10 candles higher in a row. So you take 3 losses, you wrap it up, you call it a day. Enjoy your weekend. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do with that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. That's why you do what you do on a Friday, right? Keep it tight.
Yeah, I'm still like, what is this? It'll be 580 loss on the day. So
That's
$500.
Survivable.
Yeah, $500 is kind of what I'm aiming for. Not too concerned. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that is my trade limit for the day. Either way, I was done. So, but I hit the mechanical limit thanks to Project X. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Thanks for hanging out, my boy. Speedboat Rick in the Discord for those who do not know. And we'll be back at it next week. Have some better setups. Just nothing on the books for me this week, really. It just wasn't too clean. And sometimes it happens. Sometimes you just get on a losing streak. We'll keep pushing. And maybe this just stopped me out like just to the tick and then reverses, but who cares? At this point, it is not my concern. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, share, whatever. You know the deal. All right. Catch you later. Bye-bye.